In 3 weeks, I was able to master Barry by only using this gadget right here. And let me tell you, it was pure torture. Well, sort of. Yeah, when I say 3 weeks, I don't mean recently, but more like 1 month ago. I just got really lazy after. Anyways, in this video I'm not going to talk about my entire progression with Barry, but instead, about 2/3 of the way in. In a sense, it's going to be somewhat similar to my roughs video. So with that said, let's begin. A few days ago I made a short talking about Barry and how he's a pretty decent brawler, so I'm just going to expand on that. So when I first started playing Barry, I had no idea what I was doing because typically I suck at using these artillery-like brawlers, which is probably why I never mastered Tick. But of course Barry also had more things going for him, so not only does his attack also heal him, but his super also increases his mobility. And speaking of mobility, Barry is as slow as a sloth. Now granted, his super does charge relatively fast, but it does take some time to get used to, and for that reason I found myself having a better time playing on maps like this. I know I often talk about smaller maps being better than larger ones, especially for brawlers that I've talked about in the past, but I genuinely believe that Barry does really well here. This is probably how I got half of my trophies done. But I didn't just play solo showdown, I also played knockout. And yes, this is the same map that I criticized in my other YouTube short. So I decided to take advantage of this map's terrible design and do this. Yeah, by that time I realized that Barry's healing is just stupidly OP. And funny enough, this actually brings me up to his gadget because it has a really janky description. So it says that Barry knocks back enemies while also healing nearby allies for 950 health. While the first part is true, Barry actually heals allies for 1000 health. And not just allies, but also himself. In fact, I actually used it to heal myself when I was fighting Jesse. So maybe Supercell just messed up, which wouldn't be the first time. Anyways, I also have to give credit to my teammates because they did really well throughout many matches. As a support brawler, it's important to rely on your teammates as much as your teammates rely on you. Now Barry's nothing to scoff at, but he definitely has some attributes that are better found in other brawlers. It also helps if your teammates know what you do instead of just figuring things out on their own. So after many wins and many losses, I am about 900 trophies from reaching master level. And you're only going to see 2 matches because I forgot to record the rest of my gameplay. So throughout this journey, I found a new appreciation for Barry. I'm not sure if Barry ever became meta, but if he did, it probably didn't last long because I hardly saw anyone using him. Nowadays, it's still rare to see him being used, but when he is, he actually gives me a tough time. And strangely, that makes me happy because maybe one day more players will realize his potential and use him for whichever game mode they choose. And just like that, we move on to my final match. I'll just skip the details. I died in 4th place, but it was enough to receive his unicorn title. So yeah, that was my 100% complete but not really mastery journey for Barry. I know I haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks now, and this video is less than 4 minutes long, but honestly, I couldn't find a way to make it engaging. It's just something I wanted to do without much thought behind it, but hopefully my next video isn't like that. Anyways, have a good day.